What's up, guys? Greater Marlin here, and today I'm going to be talking about what ideas and stuff I would want to see if there was ever a sequel to OverWatch. OverWatch is now getting into its 1-year anniversary this month, I think on the event for Overwatch of the year 1 anniversary starts on May 23rd through June 13th, and I think the actual anniversary is on May 25th, I'm pretty sure. I didn't have the game till October 8th, 2016, which was my birthday, and I was pretty late, so I missed at least one event, the very first one, which was the Summer Games. My first event was the Halloween, and then I was actually really had fun, and I had to stay up till at least 1 a.m. for the game to download on my Xbox. It was either I had to let my Xbox update first, which I think took at least an hour, and then the game to download, which, we update stuff on the Xbox took at least an hour to download, and then all that, creating my stuff, and then downloading Overwatch, which I think at least took 8 hours, maybe. I was up till 1 a.m. waiting for the goddamn game, and if you followed me on Instagram, you could see how mad I was. I posted so much stuff on it, and I was super mad, same with Watch Dogs, and how it didn't work for Xbox One for a few days, and I was so mad. Anyways, but Overwatch is getting into its first year of being around, and I think there's so much stuff, and they're not going to do any of this. They're not going to do what I'm going to be talking about, but last year they introduced, heroes, and they're introducing new maps, and, they're now, in this year, I think we're going to get at least 3 more maps. We got Oasis, I think, first, or is that in 2016? I don't know. But we're gonna, I think, get at least 3 more maps or something, and a few more heroes for the entire year. I'm hoping Doomfist will at least be one of the heroes that will be in the roster. But, there's so much, I can't wait. But, Overwatch is something that you could do a lot with. And I don't expect this to really come out for a while, but maybe it doesn't really require a sequel, but I think a sequel would seem fun. I think everything sometimes deserves a sequel, sometimes it doesn't, but I can see Battlefront is coming out with a sequel, and it looks pretty freaking good. The graphics are pretty amazing, and I think the graphics in Overwatch are amazing. They're not lifelike looking a little bit, but it's still really a fun game. It looks more cartoony-ish, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but it's still a really good game. It doesn't matter, but the graphics are good in both of those. But one thing that Battlefront 2 is introducing is a campaign, and if they ever made an Overwatch 2, I would definitely love to see a campaign. There's lots of lore in Overwatch, stories to be told, and we're just sitting here, kind of like with the Uprising event, where it told a story of the uprising in the terrorist attack in Kings Row, which I loved. I loved the event, and it brought back the Junkenstein's Revenge type of game mode, but bigger, and you can explore more instead of having to stay on just this one bridge on Eichenwald. And honestly, I thought it was a very good game mode, and I would love to see more of that, and I want to see them. I know they're probably going to do more of story events in Overwatch, because it explains lots of more lore. It doesn't really explain a little bit of lore for characters, but it does explain the golden age of Overwatch. But I want to see a campaign. I was kind of thinking up of a story, kinda. It can change if they want to. They can, kind of change up the story. But, what I want to see is, Talon, of course, they're probably going to face Talon in the game. And Sombra is kind of the big threat, I guess. Or it could just be all three of them coming and whatever. I just know that Talon, Reaper, and Sombra, and Widowmaker, all those guys will be enemies and bosses that you will have to fight or whatever, and big threats that you will have to face in the game. And honestly, now that I think of it, the story might not be that good. But anyway, I was thinking about Sombra kind of being a huge threat, and how she's going to hack everything, and I don't know, that now that you think about it, she's going to be a huge deadly threat of hacking everything and all that. I don't know, but still, I'm not good at storytelling. But one thing also I'd like to see is new character designs. There's always, like in a movie, if they come out with a sequel, like an animated movie, like How to Train Your Dragon 2, they will always redesign the character. Sometimes they probably won't redesign the character, but at least in the dragons stuff, like How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon, Dragons, Defenders of Berk, and then Riders of Berk. They never really aged, but they were just looked the same. And then we got, what else did we get? We got How to Train Your Dragon 2, which I was hoping they would put in another season of them like that, but no, they didn't. But in How to Train Your Dragon 2, they redesigned every character, not like everybody, but most of the main protagonists, and made them look older. Like Hiccup he looked more better than he didn't look as dorky as he did in the first movie, but same with like, Dragons Race to the Edge. They did kind of, it takes place before Dragons 2, which is actually a really good show if you watch it on Netflix. It's really good. It's on its 4th season. I think it's 4th, and then I think it's on its 5th next, sooner or later. But they do grow, but they don't look at the same. They don't look like the way they do in the second one. But I would just like to see a little bit of a redesign for all the characters and how they look in the game. You can make Tracer look a little bit older, probably have a new hairstyle, new outfit. Same with like Widowmaker, make her look a little bit cooler, probably. But you know what? I don't know. I would like to see new character designs, and also, I don't know about eliminating, like, getting rid of a few heroes. If you could get rid of May, that I wouldn't be that mad at you, Blizzard. Please do if you make a sequel, just saying. Injustice and Injustice 2 have gotten rid of characters from the roster from the very first game, because they have comics, and Overwatch has comics too, but it's more lore-like a little bit, and just, like, it focuses on the story. And it kind of does focus on the story a little bit. The comics do focus on the game a little, but it's just kind of a lore, I guess. But Injustice has comics, and they've killed off some characters, and Injustice 2 is tied in with the comics, so that's why some of those heroes you've seen from the first one aren't in the second one. I haven't even played Injustice 2, but it looks pretty good. So if they did something like that, I don't know how I'd feel, because you would see some of your favorite characters get eliminated off and not be in the game. But it's probably it's not really a good idea, because I'm a Soldier main. If they killed off Soldier in, like, their own spin-off comic that focuses with the story and follows in with the sequel, and they killed off Soldier, I wouldn't be that happy, because I'm a Soldier main, 100% Soldier main. I've had like 10 hours on him, I think, in quick competitive, and 6 hours on him in quick play. But if they killed off some of people's favorite characters, they would not be happy. So actually, killing off characters would not be bad. Well, it's not a great idea. And honestly, I wouldn't be that happy. But adding more characters to the roster in the sequel would be awesome. Like, adding, like, I don't know, tons of new characters to the game. I don't know if they should do tons and tons, because we're at, like, what, 25, 24 heroes in the first one, and they added all those guys in, and then add, like, 23 new heroes or whatever. Math. I'm not doing math. This is a video, not math. But, I don't know, it'd be a lot of heroes, but, at least add, like, a few new characters for people to play. Give a little lore. Campaign would be really nice. And then a few comic books about those new heroes. What else would I like to see? Jesus, I can't think. What I'd like to see more of is, of course, new maps. I guess you could bring in maps from the first game back in, but please, like, kind of redesign it, make it look a little bit different than it does before. Maybe something has changed, like, Eichenwald is completely damaged to the core, full of dead bastions. All buildings are abandoned, every building is destroyed. What you could do is kinda rebuild it. People found Eichenwald, and I bet they already know it's there, but somebody decided to rebuild Eichenwald and make it look a little bit better, and you could and it could look like a normal, average town in the game. So, I think you should kind of, like, just redesign some. If we had Dorado, you could at least put us in a different part of Dorado, somewhere else, instead of the map you normally go on, but in a different part of Dorado, which would actually be pretty cool. But, very cool skins I would also like to see. Some of the skins are okay. Some of that I don't, like, with Genji's, like, your rare, I think, rare skins, the blue ones, his sword, there's not that much new detail on it, except for the little trigger a little bit on it. So, at least kind of change the little part of the blade from the, like, grayness, the silver, to blue, or whatever, to the other colors of the rares, because they just don't look that cool. But, alternate stuff, and, of course, you could bring back some of the Origins Edition skins, but add a little bit more to it. Like, add a few more Origin Edition skins for characters if they have any other Origins. That's what I would also like to see. And, I just thought of it, but I forget. I don't know, but, that's something I'd really like to see it if they ever make an Overwatch sequel. So, that was all for this time. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment. Tell us like to see me do or play next time. And what are your thoughts? What would you like to see in a potential Overwatch sequel? Do you think they should make an Overwatch sequel? I think they should make one. Not like in 3 years, probably not in like 2 years. But 3, 4, 5 years later, I think they should possibly make a sequel. I don't know, it doesn't matter, but what do you guys think? Do you think they should make a sequel or not? Tell me in the comments below, what would you like to see? Whatever, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, guys!